Hello guys, Stag here. This is fairy number 12, little Cyclops girl. So originally when I was working on this, I didn't know how I felt about it. Like it didn't seem to be turning out really well. And after I stuck with it for a bit, then it really started to come together. So I guess perseverance is definitely a thing. I know that with a lot of my other pieces when I'm trying to like pretty much muddle through it the entirety of the piece, and it's just like I don't feel it, it's just not right, and then it just kind of comes together near the end. A lot of my stuff looks really unfinished and sloppy until it gets near the end. Granted, I'm painting a little different now, so it looks more refined in the beginning when I'm doing underpaintings, but sometimes I don't get that detailed with it. Like, I wasn't that detailed with that, but it really helps finding the values and the shading right off the bat when you do the underpaintings. I find it really helps out more with the bigger paintings when you have a lot more complexity in like the backgrounds or the characters or a lot going on. Like it helps you think less and to break things kind of down in portions, and it makes it so much easier for some ungodly reason. I don't know why I wasn't doing it sooner. We're always going to be our worst critics. I know when honestly, my problem with this painting was probably like the bright pink there. I don't know. Maybe I was going too bright with the hair. So I ended up changing the hair to purple, or kind of like this bluish purple. Colors is hard. One of those shades is something, or it's like kind of in between. Is that indigo? I never include that in the rainbow. Like my rainbow only has 6 colors because it's like one that's almost blue and almost purple. Like why even add that to the rainbow? I feel that like it's really close to adding like almost orange and almost red to the rainbow. Like I don't get it. I don't understand why it's a thing, that it's part of the rainbow. I paint with like a lot of muted colors though. I don't know when I picked that up. Originally I was adding brown to everything. Like I seem to have kind of walked away from that, where I'm not using it as much. Like I would, every time I used pink, it would always be, have a ton of like raw sienna in it, as well as yellow. It was very warm. I was always told that my paintings had like this vintage film over it, which they kind of did look a little more like vintagey with it. So as of right now, I am currently on a mini break from the series, but I'm probably gonna pick up here soon, within a week or two. I got to fairy number 18, I believe, so I'll be starting back on 19, and I'm gonna be uploading those back videos as well, so yeah, stay tuned for that. Eventually they're all gonna be in like a coloring book and an art book. And it's funny because like as I go along in the series, they start getting more and more weird, and I don't know whether I should start like maybe lightening them up a little bit and not so weird. Cause it's like the first ones, like they're legitimately fairies, and then I just start like I have a girl who doesn't even have wings, she just has tentacles coming out of her back. Like I don't know if I'm not even trying or I'm just using it loosely. A loose interpretation of fairy. One thing I've always normally done with my fairies is I always gave them horns. I don't necessarily know why. I used to draw a lot of girls with horns or antlers, and I think almost every girl. I had some critiques where people were like, I wish you didn't add horns to everything, and for a while like I stopped, and then I stopped caring and started adding them back again. I feel like you need to define your own style. Like, you're never going to please everybody. Like, I know I certainly don't. There's some people that just don't get it. And, like, they look at my art like, I don't get it. Some days I look at my art and I don't get it. I get asked a lot about how to find your style. It's not necessarily something you want to spend your time thinking about. What you should do is just practice, like, things like anatomy and whatnot. It just kind of happens. Like, if you sit there and try to, like, make this mathematical equation of what the perfect character will be in your head and how to do something different to set you apart from another artist, like, it's gonna probably look posed or just insincere to a degree. Like, honestly, style just happens. Like, you can't really just set out looking for it. Like, it just kind of falls into your lap. It's just how you do things, how you perceive the things, and are trying to portray them. And it just takes practice. There is, like, no easy way for art. Like, you're not just gonna wake up with this, like, new amazing style that everyone, some people probably could, but it's, like, less likely to happen that way. And one of the reasons I was doing this entire series of fairies was because I hadn't done fairies in a while, so may as well. They're simple little things. I can just do portraits with, like, simple backgrounds and fix little quirks and issues that my style has. It was pretty much like a style refinement. And I was actually pretty impressed by the first painting when I started doing the hair. A lot different than I normally did, because hair was, like, always this afterthought. Sometimes it would turn out fine, other times it's just like meh. And, like, I'm really happy with the way things kind of went. Like, I did that first set of eyes on the first one. I was like, that's nice. And then I did the hair, and I'm like, I'm gonna butcher this, and not so much. Like, it really added a lot more depth to the character, doing it in layers, when I started thinking about hair in pretty much layers. And that was kind of a foreign concept to me. Wasn't even something I set out to do. It's just because I had a black background, I just started with a dark color and then kept working out. And it just made sense. Like, I don't know why I hadn't done that before. Now, things can change. Like, you might have backlighting or whatever. And I kind of have to adjust that for new paintings now. Well, guys, it's about that time. I want to thank you all for watching, and subscribe if you want more. And you can find me streaming my art live most nights on Twitch. I'm currently working on a big kind of siren-esque serpentine vampire picture. Mermaids, whatever. Something like that. They don't actually have fish tails, they got snake tails, but I don't necessarily consider them snake people. They're more like mermaids and sirens. Ding! Anyways, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up, and thank you for watching. You can find all my social media links below, or some stuff at the end of the video and a little annotations. And the iCard, that's a thing. Hey, my cat just popped up on the... He likes it when my art desk is flat, because he can get up there and lay sometimes and just walk around. Other than that, he's, like, scratching at my arm and stuff while I'm painting. Alright, guys, hopefully see you again with another video. I want to do another one of them talkie vlogs here shortly. Bye!